Tonight we have a feast. This is a mukbang. We're mukbanging, and we're gonna talk about the first year of our marriage and lessons that we've learned.
And everything in between.
Tonight we are doing what the kids call a mukbang.
Basically, we're just gonna eat and chat.
So first,
We got none other than Chick-fil-A. Because what else would we get for this?
and we actually have all of the sauce. They were very generous. After their sauce shortage, we are
Wow.
filled up. This is a mukbang.
Mukbang. Mukbang.
This is a Muck?
I think.
This is a mukbang.
It just sounds bad.
Before I eat any food, I would just like to ask that you please subscribe.
And like this video.
Yeah.
Give it a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Not
like
a
this
thumbs
video.
down.
Tell us what you think. We got married over a year ago.
May 31st, 2020. COVID wedding.
We never prayed. Maybe we should pray for this food.
Let's pray.
We got these things, bro.
Is this honey mustard? Do
Mm-hmm.
you like honey mustard?
No. I said honey roasted barbecue, and I got honey mustard, but I caught it. That's why. A little pro tip: always check the bag. I've learned hard ways many times.
Mm-hmm. You right?
Okay, so first year marriage, which we dated for a long time before we got married. A very long time.
So we knew each other really well.
We've been dating since high school, start of high school.
Yeah.
We felt like we've been, I think, getting prepared for marriage for a minute. There's
Yeah,
some
but-
things we've learned and that we're continuing to learn. We definitely don't have it figured out. Alexa might. I don't.
No.
I think we have some like practical things that, you know, maybe you're dating or maybe you're not. Maybe you're in a relationship, maybe you're married, I don't know. Maybe you're single. But still, this will help you just, I think, in relationships in general. First off, I think a big thing is, what's our word? Do you know the word?
No.
C word?
Communication.
Haha, that's the word.
That is the yes, I'm glad you said that. That is the biggest aspect to any relationship. Not only if you're married, or not just if you're married, but boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, best friends, friends in general, co-workers, like, oh my goodness. Every single relationship needs communication.
Dang, she preaching. But it's so true.
I feel like you should over-communicate.
Yeah. I think in marriage specifically, I have a lot of expectations. Alexa has a lot of expectations. And some of these are as basic as like, are we gonna cook at home or eat out? Or, you know, how many nights a week are we gonna do this? Or who's gonna clean the kitchen? Who's gonna do laundry? Who's gonna manage our finances? Who's gonna do all this? And so I think like talking about it helps. Because whether you realize it or not, so much of it is shaped by the family that you grew up with.
Yeah.
Like, so if you don't talk about it, then it comes to these really awkward situations where I'm mad at Alexa for something that she doesn't even know why I'm upset at her, or she's upset at me, and I'm like, you didn't tell me that you expected me to do that, so how, you know, what? Like,
Yeah.
so talk. Wherever you're at, talk.
Very simple.
Yeah.
All you have to do is open your mouth and speak.
Like,
I'll
communicate.
accept you no matter what.
Be open, be honest.
Very
That's
good.
I've been holding this sandwich for like 3 minutes, but there's a...
Joshua can't multitask.
We just recorded this video just so I could hold this sandwich for a long time. Look at my pepper jack cheese hanging off. That's weird. Just touched it. Wiggled. Back to communication. It's also big when there's conflict. Because unless you are... No, I'm not even going to say that. Because everyone has conflict.
Yeah.
There will never not be conflict. It can be simple, it can be big, but if you haven't had conflict yet in your relationship, you're gonna have it. So just buckle up. It's coming.
There's different ways that people handle conflict. We both grew up with different modes of how we handle conflict and conflict. Conflict. How we handle conflict. And
so we had to kind of figure out, like, we can just tell, like, my parents are more vocal. You know, when they have conflict, they address it and they talk to each other and talk aggressively to each other, and they hammer it out right then, right there.
And sometimes my family, you know, talk about it, and then silent treatment would come up, which is good and bad.
Because it's like they might not be yelling at each other, but at the same time,
you still have.
They're not talking about it at all. You know, so it's like, do we either want to get really heated at each other, or be silent and just let it build up inside us?
Yeah.
And so for us, it was kind of like an in between.
Most of the time, we talk things out, and then if we're not getting anywhere, we'll just say bye.
That is so key.
Because if you keep
now, don't hang up though. Don't hang up on a phone call. Do not do that.
No.
I used to do that. Like, we would get in heated conversations, and when I'd be done, I'd just hang up. Oh.
It just makes it worse.
Alexa would light into me.
I think anyone would.
No, anyone. I mean, I would be mad if she hung up on me. That's so like. If you can't address it in the moment, pause. Now, we're learning and growing at this. I'm not saying we're perfect, but there have been times when we're like, we both agree, hey, I am not going to say anything positive in this moment. I'm about to say some things that I regret. So instead of going there, I'm just going to pause. I'm going to go on a walk, and I'll come back in 20, 15, however many minutes when I feel like I can talk to you with, you know, and not punch a hole in the floor, you know, like punch a hole in the floor. That's really.
You're strong.
You get the idea though, like just step back.
Taking a pause really helps you see the big picture, see what really matters, and then you can come together and be like, hey, that's really not a big deal. Like,
every time we do that, now we don't always reach agreements on things, but every time we do that, we at least come back together and we're like, okay, I'm sorry, I got a little carried away. Shouldn't have done that, blah, blah, blah. It puts things in perspective, because in the moment, you can say and do a lot of things that you regret.
Yeah. And we're not saying that this is going to work for everyone, obviously. There are different ways to do conflict and
you know,
everything else.
If you want to throw things at your spouse, and you and your spouse just like throw things at each other and like just yell at each other, you know, maybe you do that. Another thing that Alexa, sweet little angel Alexa, you don't see, she actually has a halo up there, but one thing she's really helped me with are the 2 words you don't say. You know what those are?
Always and never.
When we're mad at each other or upset with each other, it's easy to say, you always do this, or you never do that.
And
those are strong
really
words.
Never true.
Those are, you just used the word you said you're not supposed to use. No, but she's
not
right.
Always
she's
true.
Use the other word that you're not supposed to use.
Whatever.
Okay.
Obviously, it's really easy to say that.
Instead of focusing on, someone told us this. I think this is golden. Instead of focusing on the other person and their issues and their problems, it helps to go to them and say, hey, Alexa, when you do this, it makes me feel
this way,
bad, you know, whatever. I feel discouraged. I don't feel valued, whatever the thing is, because it's easy to be like, you always talk like that, or you always, and then that other, you know, Alexa's over here like, do I really? Like, I don't think I always am like that. Tell them how it makes you feel, and usually that kind of helps navigate things. Even today, I think we had a nice little tense conversation over the phone. And Alexa sent me a very kind text talking about, hey Joshua, this is what I was trying to say, and this is what I meant. And I said, oh, this is what I was trying to say and what I meant. And then the next time we talked on the phone, we were much more pleasant. So it works.
It does work. we went to Hyman's Seafood recently
I don't know
in
this
Charleston. And while I was in the bathroom, I read their motto. And the motto is, you can't control a lot of things, but you can control your attitude and your reaction
So
towards
cliche.
things.
But real.
Yeah, and so after our heated conversation on the phone, I was upset, obviously, and I probably could have sent a very harsh text back. But I just stopped. And I said, I'm so sorry. I understand where you're coming from. Here's what I meant. Here's how I'm feeling. So, the Hymans really did something to my mindset.
That's golden. That really is. Don't you just love Christian chicken?
Also, shout out to Elijah and Xander Solent for
We love y'all.
teaching me the ranch and buffalo sauce trick.
Oh man.
Tip,
Game
trick.
changer.
Oh my gosh. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. You think they watch these?
I hope.
I would like to take a poll. If you're in the comments and you have a thought on this and you've experienced the glory of some fried food at Chick-fil-A, even though honestly, like, I mean, it's good, but like, it's not that life-changing. But do you like Chick-fil-A sauce or honey roasted barbecue sauce? Because a lot of people haven't had this stuff. I don't even know if you can see it. Wait, nope, it's not gonna. Okay, it's not gonna adjust. But honey roasted barbecue sauce is. They taste very similar, but I think this is better.
This is better, but I normally always go for Chick-fil-A sauce because it's easier
But
to dip.
this has more of a pizzazz, and like if you're saucing something, you don't have to like. You're trying to put it on a sandwich, you take the lid off and you're like dumping it. No, that's hard. You do this. Oh man, I got a bad tear. Normally I'm on a smaller tear than that, but
That's my issue.
But you know, look, perfectly sauced. This is what we need.
So, saucing, or sauce is a noun and a verb to Joshua. So, the more you know.
Also, this is not the only kind of sauce. What do you wash your clothes with?
Apparently laundry sauce.
Laundry sauce.
Not detergent.
You heard it here first, laundry sauce. If you don't use that next time you're at the grocery store buying some laundry sauce, I'll be disappointed. When we first got married, a lot of people asked me, like, oh, is it everything you thought it would be? I don't know. Like, I didn't know how to answer that question. I genuinely did not know. I was like, I have no idea what I thought it would be. But I do think I thought it would be different. I feel like I thought that going into marriage, I would be like,
Everything would be solved and happy.
yeah, it's to a degree. It's like, I feel like I looked forward to marriage for so long. And I kind of painted out to be this beautiful, perfect thing where all my problems would go away and I would live happily ever after with my love. That sounds so cliche, but I do think there are elements to that. Like in a lot of relationships, like you have issues or whatever, and you're like, oh, we'll be married and it'll go away, or it'll change and whatnot. I don't know, we still have the same issues. Yeah, we live together now, but there's also more issues that come from that. I think just enjoy where you're at. Like, marriage is great, but if you're dating, like, soak it up. If you're engaged and you're like super eager to get married, yeah, marriage is great, but like, you know, chill, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like that season is preparing you for the next season. So don't take for granted the spot that you're at. Because I can spend a lot of time like looking to something that I think's better than where I'm at. And then I get
at every stage of life.
Yeah, and then I get there and I'm like, this is great, but also I had it pretty good there. Alexa frequently says that our goal is to outserve each other in marriage. And it is.
You say that too.
Oh, I know, but it's like her thing. It's like her thing, you know? Her thing is, she talks about that a lot. And
It's just so hard to do though.
It is. It's easier said than done.
Because we're human and, you know, we want to think about ourselves a lot, so.
But it's so crazy when you get married. But there really is something that changes. At least I think for us, like, it's a change in mindset because you go from thinking about me. Excuse me.
Chick-fil-A does something.
You're thinking about me, what do I want to do? You know, if you have a weekend, it's like, yeah, we may go on a date, but I'm going to plan, you know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it the way I want it, and whatever. And then you get married, and it's like everything from your money to what you eat, what you stock your pantry with, I mean, what you watch on TV. Like,
you have another person's
yeah,
body, mind to deal
yeah,
with.
yeah. Like, I don't think I ever would have watched Outer Banks if it weren't for Alexa. I wouldn't have. I would not have watched The Bachelor. I can promise you, I would never have watched that crap. But
comes on in 6 minutes.
Or The Bachelorette. But now, I'm hooked. After a long day, like, you know, we love to go on walks and do fun things. But sometimes you just need to sit back and watch some trash, and that's what The Bachelor does for me. So.
Every Monday.
But the point is, sacrifice. It really is. It's like a challenge every day to like wake up and put that other person's interest in your brain. That's not saying, you know, we don't do it perfectly. We don't.
Joshua does it way better than I do.
Yeah, that's not true. That's not true.
It is true. It is true.
Like Alexa probably could have gone without filming this video today. But I said I really want to film the video. And guess what? We're filming the video. Because my wife is a servant and she loves me. So here we are. I mean, she would have filmed it, just maybe next year.
Yeah. I always have fun doing it in the moment, but leading up to it.
Yeah.
You struggle. Find you someone that knows your insecurities and doesn't care about them. I mean, obviously cares about them, but like
Right.
doesn't focus on
You have
them.
this issue and I just do not care. No.
Yeah, but they don't.
No.
think they're
I know
not
what you mean.
all the
I know
time.
what you mean.
Joshua's really good at that.
This frosted lemonade is turned into milky lemonade.
Milky. But I kind of like my milkshakes like that.
Okay. Well. Recently, and we've already talked about this, but like with my issues with anxiety, it's kind of hard to hide it from Alexa. She sees me every day. If I'm in a funk, or as we like to call them, a red light for, you know, an hour or two, and she's like, she notices like what's going on with you. So there's a lot of grace. Like you got to show and you know and receive a lot of grace, because it's like there are plenty of times, excuse me again, when I've been going through this season when I'm like, I know I'm not bringing the joy and the energy to the table as I've been before, but there's grace for that.
And understanding.
Yeah, there really is. I mean, from Alexa, and there are times when, you know, I have to show her grace on things.
Yeah.
Because I'm a very detail-oriented person. I like order. I like to-do lists. I like schedules. I'm weird. I don't know. That's just the way I am. You know, and Alexa's not. So we have to adjust.
Sometimes there's time and place.
Yeah, but we have to adjust and we have to show grace. Because there's
Yeah.
times when my schedule is just too much for Alexa. And there's times when no schedule is just not enough for me. So, you know, there's a happy middle ground.
Yeah. Our last thing we want to talk about is just to enjoy every moment with each other.
Just relax, honestly. Take it easy. Like, I think, for me, I struggle with comparison. Social media is so much fun and such a challenge for me, too, because I see people doing cool things and cool jobs, whatever it might be. And it's like, oh, I want to be there. I want to have that. I want to do this. And it's easy to get like that in marriage, too. And it's like, well, that couple, they do this, or she does this for him, or he does this, or he makes this much money, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, that doesn't matter.
Enjoy your person.
You're where you're
Enjoy
at.
Where you're at.
We believe that God has you where you're at, and there's purpose in that space, in that season. So I just, like we frequently say, you know the phrase?
Comparison is the thief of joy.
We say that a lot.
It's like one of my favorites.
But it's a good reminder, because you can get so stuck in that you miss the moment that you're in, you know?
It's good.
Like right now, we're in an apartment, and if we had it our way, we'd probably be in a house. But we're We're not.
But the housing market sucks.
Mhm.
It's just how it is.
Mhm.
And it's okay. We love our apartment though. Cheers.
Cheers to that. Toast my water. Enjoy. We're still learning.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have this thing figured out. And I'm still eating my fries, which either means that I eat a lot slower than Alexa or I've been talking more. I think it's definitely the talking more
Yeah.
thing, but
I tend to eat slow anyways, so.
sorry.
One thing.
The Bachelor's on.
I know.
Oh crap, we gotta go. All right, y'all. This has been fun. Is it The Bachelor or The Bachelorette?
It's the Bachelorette,
It's
right?
The Bachelorette. That's where the girl has all the guys. I'm confident in my manhood, and I watch The Bachelor. You know, like back off. Okay, we're done. This has been fun. We'll have to mukbang again sometime and vlog it again.
Mm-hmm. This was fun.
Much love.
Yeah.
If you haven't done it yet, subscribe.
You're amazing.
You're beautiful.
We're doing this again. I feel like we do it every
I
time.
kind of like that. That can be like our thing.
Okay.
Run it back, run it back.
You're amazing.
You are beautiful.
And you are loved. Bye.
Don't forget it. Much love.